Now, what are the layers of software? Now, imagine you go to ATM, right? You insert your card, and it's pretty intuitive. Nobody has to teach you how to use ATM. It's very straightforward thing. You go there, you take off your credit card or debit card, you insert, ask for the PIN number, enter the PIN number, you ask for $200. It gives you $200, right? So in this case, whatever you access, screen, buttons for PIN code, entering how much money you want, clicking the screens, right? And also the place that gives you money, you know how to interact with ATM from outside. But do you really understand how the ATM is taking your card, reading information, reading the data on your card, going to access your bank account, checking that you have enough money or not? Once you have enough money, it gives you the money from where? Like, where does it save the money inside the ATM? How the machine is working, all the mechanical parts. Do you really have idea of what's going on in the back? You don't. So in this ATM example, the screen is front end because it's facing you. You can see as an end user. The buttons are front end because it's facing you. You can, press the buttons to enter your PIN code, but you have no clue how the machine is working, where the money is saved, how they're counting the money, how they're accessing your bank account in the database, authenticating it, verifying you have money, and essentially give you the money. You all know I insert my card, I take my money, but you don't know what's going on. In this example, the things that the screens and the buttons that user has access is called front end. The user doesn't know the mechanical part from the back end. That's called back end. Back end user don't have access. Front end user have access. Now, when you talk about Amazon, everything that you see in Amazon is front end as an end user. If you go to Amazon.com right now, whether from the web-based application or your mobile application, open the Amazon app, you know how to operate it. You have the graphical user interface, GUI or UI, user interface. Why is user interface? Because your user, like us, is interacting with this user interface. We go to the search and we search for something we want, cell phone, phone case, whatever. It gives you the result. So whatever you see on the browser, on your phone app, it's called front end. But do you really understand where the picture is saved? It's saved in the database. How does it pull it out from there? Right? How does it do ranking? How does it know that if you are a user, maybe, for example, you're opening from iPhone or you're opening from Android? The system needs to understand if the user is accessing Amazon from iPhone. Let's show them iPhone case, right? Why show them Android case? If the user is accessing from the Sony phone, let us automatically understand it because we had data for that. And now showing them the Sony cases. Do you know what happens in the backend? What is the logic? What is the database? In this case, whatever user can see, access, operate, click, okay, process, in the applications, it's called front end of the application. Whatever the mechanical parts in the back, the business logics, the database, the APIs, all this logics happening in the back, making application works, that is called the back end. So essentially, software will have front end and the back end, two layer, very straightforward. Front end is what users have access. Back end is what users don't have access, where the business logic would happen, where the database is there, all the inventories are there. So whatever is making the back end is a little bit more complicated for even testers or developers to understand. So back end of the software, front end of the software. There's a two layer of the software.